ISC Municipal English Secondary School welcomes you all in statewide live online lectures for Standard 10th. Today, we are continuing with the subject Science and Technology Part 2. Before starting the subject, I would like to give you some instructions to you all, like keep your mic on mute mode. Kindly raise your hand if you want to ask question, doubt, or if you want to give an answer. Kindly mute your mic again after giving your answer, asking you a question or doubt. Keep your notebook and pen handy to write down some important points. Do not make use of your mobile while it's charging. And update your Zoom profile by writing your name, standard, division, and school name. So, friends, today we are starting with our favorite subject, that is Science and Technology Part 2. You all have studied about the classification of animals, right? In that you have completed the no you have completed your chapter. uh, Let me share my screen. You have completed subkingdom non-chordates. Today we are going to start with the lesson number 6, animal classification. In that we're going to start with the subkingdom chordates. Okay, and so you all are aware about that all the animals are grouped into the kingdom Animalia, right? And that kingdom Animalia is divided into subkingdom non-chordates and chordates. Now, if you talk about the subkingdom non-chordates, they have again subdivided into phylums. So these phylums are the 10 phylums, and you have covered all these phylums. You have learned all these phylums. Now I will give, today we'll go and talk about these subkingdom chordates. But to remember all these non-chordates, I would like to give you one trick by which you can remember all the non-chordates. Okay, so you just have to remember this line. Powerful cat placed an apple around mouse, which echoed hard. In this line, you will see whatever is marked or it is in colorful, which is in color. If you took that words and if you took that words, you will get all the phylums of non-chordates. Let's see how. Powerful, PO, so you can say Porifera, is here Nidaria, Platyhelminthes, Astyhelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, and Hemichordata. Okay, just see here the porous body. Okay, a animal multicellular organism which has a numerous pore are classified as porifera, right? Then Nidoplast bearing tentacles animals like hydra and jellyfish are classified into Nidaria. Their body is polyps. If the cylindrical body they are having, they are called as polyps, and the if they are having a umbrella shaped body, they are that is known as medusa body, right? Then flat leaf like body, they are classified under the Platyhelminthes. They are endoparasites. Then round cylindrical endoparasite, they are under the phylum Astyhelminthes. Segmented body having setae, parapodia and suckers, and some are ectoparasite, they are classified under the phylum Annelida. Then the largest phylum, that is jointed having jointed appendages, segmented body, largest phylum in kingdom Animalia, that is Arthropoda. Then soft, slimy, may or may not covered with the shell body, that is phylum Mollusca. Then spiny body, 2 feet for locomotion, Echinodermata. And half chordates, notochord is present only in proboscis region, that they are Hemichordata. So these are all the non-chordates you have learned, and I have given you a trick to remember all these non-chordates, names of the phylums non-chordates. Now we will go for the next, that is subkingdom chordates. Now, chordates, all chordates animals are grouped together in a single phylum, and the name of phylum is phylum Chordata. All the chordate animals are grouped into the single phylum. That phylum name is Chordata. This phylum has been divided into three. Again, see, if you're talking about the subkingdom is divided into phylum Chordata, and this phylum is again divided into subphyla. They are Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. Okay. The subphylum Vertebrata has been further divided into 6 classes. Now see here, subphyla, Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. Now this Vertebrata is again subdivided into 6 classes. What are those classes? Class Cyclostomata, class Pisces, class Amphibia, class Reptilia, class Aves, and class Mammalia. We are going to learn about all this in the coming lectures. Okay, today we are going to talk about this phylum Chordata and subphyla Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. So we are going to cover the characteristics of chordates, characteristics of Urochordates, Cephalochordates, and Vertebrata. Okay, let's move to the next. See here, I have given you a flow chart how the kingdom Animalia is subdivided into subkingdom chordates, and then all the chordates are given the name phylum Chordata, and that chordata is subdivided into subphylum Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. This subphylum Vertebrata is further divided into 6 classes. Those are Cyclostomata, Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and Mammalia. In today's lecture, we are going to cover all these four characteristics of phylum Chordata, Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. Okay. So phylum Chordata. You all have learned about the characteristics of chordates, but let us revise this once again. Phylum Chordata. These animals have supporting notochord in their body. See, these animals, those who are having a supporting notochord in their body, they are considered under the phylum Chordata. Now, let us talk about the notochord. What is notochord? Okay. See, notochord is a long rod-like supporting structure present on dorsal side of an animal body. It keeps the nerve tissue isolated from remaining body. Here you can see in a sky blue color rod, you can see that is known as a notochord. It gives support to the body. If you are talking about yourself, you are having a support of backbone. That is why your body is in shape and you are having a support. You can walk and you can stand erectly. Likewise, this notochord gives support to the body, and it keeps the nerve tissue isolated from remaining body. Here you can see in a yellow color nerve cord. It is getting isolated, it is getting separated from the other parts of the body with the help of notochord. Okay, got this much? Notochord, it is a long rod-like supporting structure present on the dorsal side of the animal body. Let us move to the nerve cord. What is nerve cord? Nerve cord is a single hollow tract of a nervous tissue that constitutes the central nervous system of chordates and develops into the spinal cord and brain in vertebrates. See, it is related to our control and coordination system. It gives stimuli to the sensation. Whenever we are giving any kind of a response to any kind of a action, it is controlled and coordinated with the help of this spinal cord. So nerve cord is a hollow tract of nervous tissue that constitutes the central nervous system. Our central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord. Okay, so here you can see the small yellow color line passing over the notochord, that is called as a nerve cord. Okay. Now, if you talk about the difference between the notochord and nerve cord, see, notochord is a skeletal rod. Okay, notochord belongs to the skeleton, internal framework of the human body. Here it is a notochord, it is a skeletal rod, and it is very hard and dense. It gives shape and support to the body. It is an internal framework of the body. And notochord is cell that forms the chief axial supporting structure of the body of the lower chordates as amphioxus and the cyclostomes and of the embryo of the vertebrates. In vertebrates, the notochord develops into the vertebral column. If you touch your back, you will find a bony structure that is known as vertebral column. So in primitive stage, it is known as a notochord, which gives support to the body, as well as in the vertebrate. What happens? This notochord develops into the vertebral column. You can touch your backside and you can feel your vertebral column. So this is about the notochord. And when you are talking about the nerve cord is a solid strand of nervous tissue. Nerve cord belongs to the central nervous system of chordates, which comprises of brain and spinal cord. Okay, it is related to your control and coordination system. Nerve cord coordinates the function of the body. All the function of the body is coordinated with the help of this nervous system, nervous tissue or nerve cord. Okay, in vertebrate it is, see here, in chordates, nervous system of the chordates and develops into the spinal cord and brain in the vertebrates. In vertebrates like humans and other animals, it is a spinal cord. Okay, it develops into the spinal cord. See here, all animals belonging to the phylum Chordata have supporting notochord in their body. All these animals, if you see, they have some kind of a posture of their body. They have a shape and they can stand erectly, and that support is given by the notochord. Okay. Next, notochord is present in the body during at least any developmental stage. So the notochord, which is present in any developmental stage of the animal, like larvae. What is larvae? Larvae means an active immature form of organism. It is a immature form of an organism and a mature form of organism. So whether it is present in the larval stage or might be present in the adult stage. Okay, so notochord is present in the body during at least any developmental stage. Got it? This is a characteristic of chordate. So here you can see this is a larva. In larva you can find a notochord in a tail region, and this is another animal where the notochord is present all over the body. Okay. Next, pharyngeal gill slits are present in the body during at least any developmental stage. Pharyngeal gill slits are related to the pharynx or throat. Pharyngeal gill slits are related to the pharynx or a throat. It serves both the respiratory and digestive system by receiving air from the nasal cavity and air, food and water from the oral cavity. It serves as the both. What is the function of this? They might take a respiration. They use this for respiration as well as for digest. They serves as the digestive system. Means they take air through nasal cavity and they filter food particles from these pharyngeals. Okay. What are gills? Gills are respiratory organ found in many aquatic organisms that extract dissolved oxygen from water and excrete CO2. Okay, so gills, which are the respiratory organ of the organism, which extract the dissolved oxygen from water and excrete CO2. Okay, and what are slits? Slits are nothing but the long, narrow cut or opening. Okay, these are long, narrow openings, and in primitive chordates, these slits are used to filter food particles from the water. Primitive stage means early stage in evolution. Okay. Now see, pharyngeal gill slits are present in the body during at least any developmental stage. Might be in a larval stage or in the adult stage. Got this, Mitch? Next characteristic is that they are having single tubular spinal cord. Okay, the spinal cord is present on dorsal side of the body. You all are aware about the dorsal, ventral, anterior and posterior side of the organism. So you can see here, this is a spinal cord present in the human. Now, what is a spinal cord? The spinal cord is a long, thin, tubular structure made up of nervous tissue, which extends from the medulla oblongata in the brain stem to the lumbar region of the vertebral column. Okay. Now you can see here, it is starting from the medulla oblongata, which is a part of a brain. So it starts from the medulla oblongata and it runs till the what? Lumbar vertebra. So lumbar is your waist vertebra. Backside, where is your waist? Near that you can find your lumbar vertebra, vertebral column. Till that this spinal cord runs. This is a position of the spinal cord. It encloses the central canal of the spinal cord, which contains the cerebrospinal fluid. Here you can find a cerebrospinal fluid, which gives lubrication to the brain as well as to the spinal cord. It gives the protection to the spinal cord. It serves or assists as a cushion like a structure to the spinal cord. Means whenever any kind of a hit, whenever the spinal cord is getting any kind of a hit, if we are means spinal cord, it protects the spinal cord by giving a cushion like structure to the spinal cord. Okay, it absorbs any kind of a accidental hit, and it protects the spinal cord. Okay, it supports, it provides, it transports the nutrition to the what is the function of this spinal cord and this cerebral spinal fluid? It gives the lubrication to the brain and spinal cord, and it provides the nutrients. Okay, and what is the function of the spinal cord? It is the pathway for message sent by the brain to the body, and from body to the brain. Spinal cord, what they do, what is the function of spinal cord? It gives the message from brain to the body and from body to the brain. Whenever we are doing any kind of a motion, whenever we are doing any kind of responses to the stimuli, that is controlled and coordinated by this brain and spinal cord. Okay, next, in chordates, heart is present on ventral side of the body. So you all know this is a heart which is present on the ventral side of the body. Spinal cord is present on the dorsal side of the body, and heart is present on the ventral side of the body. Heart is a muscular body part. Okay, and what is the function of this heart? It pumps the blood. Okay, whenever the impure blood comes into the heart, it get pure, the heart removes the impurities, and pure blood is again supplied to the all over body with the help of circulatory system. Okay, so this is a muscular part present in the body, that is known as the heart, which provides pure blood to all over the body with the help of circulatory system. So heart is present on the ventral side of the body. Okay, so these are the characteristics of phylum Chordates. Now we'll go for the phylum Chordates. Is subdivided into subphylum Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. We will talk about the Urochordata. Now see, subphylum Urochordata. These are the examples of subphylum Urochordata, Herdmania and Doliolum. These are marine animals. If you talk about the characteristics, these animals are marine animals. Marine animals means what? They found in a salty water. They doesn't found in a fresh water like river water or lake water or pond water. They found in a sea or ocean. So these are marine animals. Their body is covered with a skin like chest or tunic. Their, their body is covered with a protective tunic of a cellulose-like material, and the notochord and dorsal hollow nerve cord are evicted in the free-swimming tadpole-like larval stage. Their body is covered with the tunic. It is a hard, flexible covering. Tunic is nothing but the hard, flexible covering which serves as a respiratory as well as it gives a response to the stimuli. So it is a skin like their body is covered with the tunic. Tunic is a skin-like test or covering. It is a layer, coat or sheet. You can call it as a layer, coat or a sheet. Okay. It is hard, well fixed but flexible. It is a flexible body so that they can move in any direction easily. When the animal is having a tunic, that animal is also known as tunicate animal. Okay. You can say them as a tunicate. It is firm but flexible body covering. It is a hard but flexible so that animal can move easily from in any direction. Okay. So now let us move to the next. That is, larvae of these animals are freely swimming and notochord is present only in tail region of larvae. Hence, they are called as urochordates. Here I told you what is larva. Larvae is the active immature form of an organism. So in these animals, in urochordates, what happens? The notochord is a hard supportive structure which is present only in tail region of the urochordates. That is why they are known as the urochordates. Okay, you may get a question in your exam. Why this notochord is present only in tail region? So you have to write down the name of the subphyla. You can write down urochordates. In Greek, euro means tail, and in these animals only the notochord is present in tail region. That is why these animals are known as urochordata. Okay. Larvae metamorphosis into adult after settling down at the bottom of the sea. See here, the larvae becomes adult when they settle down at the sea. They settle at the sea and the larva becomes into the adult form. Your metamorphosis means they develop from larva to the adult one. Okay. Here you can see the metamorphosis. Here this is a larva, free swimming larva that develops and that attaches early metamorphosis. They develops and larva becomes a adult form. Okay, larva to the adult form of the organism. Here you can see how they are becoming a adult here. So see, these animals are hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite means what? Female and male, both uh, sexual organisms are present in one animal. Reproductive organ. See here, testes and ovary. Here you can see male and female reproductive organs are present in one animal. That is why these animals are known as hermaphrodites. Means sexes are not separate. Male and female, both the reproductive organ are present in the same animals. See, Eurochordates. Examples are Herdmania, Doliolum, Oikoplura, etc. So these are the examples of phylum Urochordata. Okay, so you can say the main characteristic is that they are having a notochord present only in tail region at the larval stage. That is why they are known as the Urochordates. Got this much? Moving to the next, that is subphylum Cephalochordata. So cephalochordates, here you can see notochord is present in this animal. Okay, this is the example of cephalochordata. These are small fish-like marine animals. Okay, these are marine animals. They are fish-like. They are not fish, but they are marine-like. They are fish-like marine animals. Marine means, I told you, not a fresh water. It is a salty water. You can see a sea water or a ocean water. They found in that water. It is not a fish. It is a fish-like animal. Okay. Notochord is present throughout the body length. Here you can see in a red color, the notochord is present throughout the body length. If you compare this with the Urochordates were having notochord in only in tail region at the larval stage. But in cephalochordates, what happens? Notochord. Notochord is nothing but the skeletal structure or a rod which gives support to the body. Okay, here you can see in a red color, it is a notochord present throughout the body length. Okay. Pharynx is very large and contains gill slits. Here you can see pharynx is a large one and they are containing the gill slits. Gills, what is the function of the gills? Gills, function of the gills is respiration. Here also it performs the function of the respiration. Okay. Slits, I told you, slits means opening, long elongated opening. Okay. So here pharynx is very large in the cephalochordates. Pharynx is large and contains the gill slits. They are having the gill slits over there. These animals are unisexual. Unisexual means female. Here you can see female and male, both the sexes are separate. You will find a female as well as male, and these are unisexual. Means these two are separate, not in a single organism. You will not find both the reproductive organ in one animal. They both are separate. Like humans, male and female, these animals also have a male and female. They are separate. So they are called as a unisexual organisms. See how the reproduction is taking place. It is an external, you can say, fertilization is taking place where female lays eggs and male gives out the sperm. They fertilize outside the body, and then fertilized eggs develop into the neurula, and they develops into the mature form of a organism. Okay. So this is an example of subphylum Cephalochordata, that is Amphioxus. This is a animal belongs to the subphylum Cephalochordata Amphioxus. Moving to the next, that is a subphylum Vertebrata or Craniata. It is also called as a Craniata. So till now we have completed two subphylums, that is Urochordata and Cephalochordata. Now moving to the third subphylum, that is Vertebrata or Craniata. It is also called as a Craniata. Let us have all animals belonging to this phylum Chordata have supporting notochord in their body. Notochord, just now I have explained you about the notochord. Notochord is a strong rod-like structure which gives support to the body, or it is the internal framework of the body. Okay, so all vertebrates are having a supporting notochord in their body, because of which they are getting support as well as shape to their body. Now see the first characteristics here. In these animals, notochord is replaced by vertebral column. Here you can see this is a vertebral column. Now just now also you can touch your back and you can feel your vertebral column. Okay. Okay, have you touched your back side? You can feel this vertebral column. Okay, it is a hard bony structure. Okay, it is also known as spinal column or backbone. It is flexible column extending from the neck to the tail. From neck region to the tail region, you will find your backbone or your vertebral column. What is the function of vertebral column? They provides attachment to the muscles. They give support to the body. It protects the spinal cord and nerve roots. Provide structural support and balance to maintain an upright posture while walking. We are having an upright position. It gives support and structure. It helps in doing any kind of activity when we are. It gives flexibility to the body. And if we talk about the vertebrae, here you can find the 33 vertebrae, where 7 are cervical, 12 are thoracic, 5 are lumbar vertebrae, 5 are sacrum vertebrae, and 4 are coccix. So these are 33 vertebrae we are having. So in vertebrata, phylum vertebrata, notochord is replaced by the vertebral column. The main function of the vertebral column is to give support and to protect the spinal cord, to give support to the body and to protect the spinal cord. Okay. Next is, in this animal, head is well developed. Here you can see our in human beings head is well developed. You can find a brain in that. So we are having a well developed head and well developed brain. Brain is well developed. You can say in other animal, compared to other animals, human beings are the superior one. Why they are superior one? Because they are having a well developed brain. Because of the brain, they are having a superior brain quality. They are having an imaginary power, creativity. By using their brain, they have developed this world. They have given out some new invention in the world. Because of that, they are superior in the world. So in vertebrata, the brain is well developed. Okay, and it is enclosed in a cranium. Brain is protected by cranium. Cranium is nothing but the shield, or you can say a covering, hard covering, which protects to the brain. Okay, so this is a cranium cavity. Under this cranium cavity, you will find your brain, which is safe. And cranium, what is the function of the cranium? It protects the brain. Okay. endoskeleton is either cartilaginous. See here, endoskeleton is either cartilaginous or bony. Now see endoskeleton. Endo means inner, skeleton means covering, which protects an animal body. So endoskeleton which protects the animal body, hence the inner covering which protects the internal organs of the body. It may be cartilaginous or bony. So internal organs of the body is protected by the internal framework that is known as the endoskeleton. Okay, it may be a cartilaginous or bony. Now talking about the cartilaginous, is made up of cartilage. Cartilage is a tough but flexible tissues. These are tissues, they are tough but flexible. That is the main type of connective tissue in the body. It is the less dense than bone, allows quick movement through water without using too much of energy. Okay, so whenever you're talking about the aquatic animals, they are having a cartilaginous endoskeleton. Why? To have a quick movements in the water. Okay, if we talk about the human beings are not having a cartilaginous endoskeleton, they are having a bony endoskeleton. Okay, so endoskeleton is cartilaginous. Cartilaginous means made up of cartilage. Cartilage is nothing but the tough but flexible tissue. Okay, they are connecting type of tissues. Got this much? See, endoskeleton is bony. I told you bony, it is a made up of hard sheet. Okay, rigid organ made up of protein, minerals and calcium phosphate. What is the function of the bone? To provide support and protect the internal organs and give shape to the body. Okay, so some of the fishes are having a bony endoskeleton. Subphylum Vertebrata or Craniata. Why some chordates are jawless? They are known as agnatha. Jawless means they do not have jaw, or they don't have a jaw. What is a jaw? Jaw is a set of bones that holds your teeth. If you observe your mouth, you will having a two jaws, upper jaw and lower jaw. So it contains teeth. It is a bone structure, set of bones that has a three. But some of the chordates, they don't have a jaw. Here you can see they don't have jaw. They just have a sucker, just like a sucker. Teeth, they are a mouth like a sucker. That is also known as a sucker. But they don't have a jaw. So some chordates are jawless. They are known as agnatha. Okay. Some chordates are with jaw. Gnathostomata. They are known as they are considered under the gnathostomata. Here you can see upper jaw and lower jaw. Okay. In humans also you will find a jaw, upper jaw and lower jaw, where you will find the teeth. So this is a vertebrata, phylum vertebrata, where some are jawless and some are with jaw. Okay. So without jaw they are known as agnatha, and with jaw they are known as gnathostomata. Wait a minute. So today we have covered the topic subkingdom chordates. So all the animals group into the kingdom Animalia. That Animalia is subdivided into subkingdom chordates, and that subkingdom is also further divided into phylum Chordata, and that Chordata is subdivided into subphylum Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. Okay, so we have covered all this. Today we have covered this subkingdom chordates in that phylum Chordata, and subphylums Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. Vertebrata is also known as Craniata. Why that is known as Craniata? Due to presence of skull or cranium. I told you what is a cranium cavity, which protects the brain. The vertebral column is the most obvious vertebrae feature. It was not present in lower vertebrates, which probably had only notochord. So craniata, why they are also known as craniata? Because of presence of skull or cranium cavity, which holds the brain or which protects the brain. So today we have covered this. Let us move to the question answer. Here, all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. You may get a question right reason. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. So you can write down here. In some chordates, the notochord is present only in tail region of the larva. So in tail region of the larva, you will find only in urochordates. Okay, in some chordates, notochord is present throughout the body in cephalochordates, right? And in some chordate, the notochord is replaced by vertebral column. Like in human beings, the notochord is replaced by vertebral column. Due to this, all chordates do not get classified into same group. Okay, they all are not getting classified into the same group. Hence, all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. So you have to write down all these 4 points, where notochord is present only in tail region, notochord is present throughout the body length in some chordates. In some chordates, the notochord is replaced by vertebral column. Because of this, they are not getting classified into the same group, and hence they are all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Okay. Now you have to raise your hand if you know the answer. Name the subphylum. Okay. Very easy. Freely swimming larvae containing notochord only in tail region. You just have to name the subphylum. Which subphylum this organism belongs to. If you know the answer, just raise your hand. Trupti, Trupti Rajbar. Yes, Trupti.
Ma'am, Urochordata.
Yes, very good. These belongs to the phylum Urochordata. Very good, Trupti. Now we will go for the next. In these animals, notochord is present throughout the body length. Here I can see throughout the body length. Which subphylum? Anjali. Anjali, unmute yourself.
Cephalochordata.
Very good. All throughout the body, they are known as subphylum Cephalochordata. Very good, Anjali. We'll go for the next. That is the last and very easy one. In this animal, notochord is replaced by vertebral column. Which subphylum? Just
Ma'am,
raise
can
your
I?
hand. Okay, go for it.
Vertebrata. Subphylum Vertebrata.
Subphylum Vertebrata. Very
Or Craniata.
good. Or Craniata. Very good, Anjali. Very good. So you all are known about these 3 phylums, subphylums: Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. Okay, students. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me.